Welcome to the Dreamlands. After a couple of weeks of hiatus, we are finally going back into the deserts of Kharak. I had a bunch of stuff going on the past few weeks, not the least of which was a pretty nasty bout of bronchitis, but I am in the clear now, and so we are going to jump right back in to some good old DOK with a 3v3 on Clash Valley. And by the looks of it, we have got a pretty cool game here. This is like a protagonist versus antagonist faction lineup. Some pretty damn solid players. So before we jump right into the game here, let's get our bearings. This is going to be Team 2 spawning on the north side of the map. We're going to have a double Knef and Galcian. So let's check out our players here. Alright, so first up, spawning on the left-hand side, on the north side of Clash Valley, we are going to have Kitsune playing as the Knef. This is a player that has been around for quite some time, has appeared on the channel a number of times, and typically plays Soban. So that's pretty interesting to see Kitsune playing Knef. Let's see how this player does off-race. Taking up the middle spot, a player that everyone should be very familiar with. If you're into the game, this is somebody you will see all the damn time. Has appeared on the channel a number of times as well, and is a pretty scary Knef player. It is Tomcat Zeno. He's also appeared in a couple of Homeworld Remastered casts as well. Plays both games. And returning to the channel as well, it is going to be Warchild playing as the Galcian. Player that also has been around for quite some time and is a pretty damn solid Galcian player. Looks like we've already got a ton of action going on with blast drones and some skimmers across the map. So let's quickly do player introductions. Alright, it's going to be Moritz, and that will be Nightshade. So, spawning on the south side, Team 2, left-hand spawn. Returning to the channel once again, it is going to be Moritz. This is a player that has appeared once or twice on the channel, has been around for a little while, and is a reasonably decent coalition player. Taking up the middle spawn, it is going to be Nightshade, also returning to the channel. There are no new players in this game. It is all a relatively experienced lineup. Nightshade always plays Soban in the black on black. Pretty solid player. And taking up the left-hand spawn, a good friend of mine and a very competent Desert of Kharak player. It is going to be 10th Wave, returning once again to the channel. And all of you should be familiar with 10th Wave by this point. What have we got going on? A ton of skirmishing. It looks like Warchild has gone for an early artifact grab, as has Moritz, and we do have a couple of blast drones that went in for some harassment onto 10th Wave. Minimal damage inflicted there. Mass skimmers and LAVs on the field. What have we got here? Moritz with a bunch of light attack vehicles coming through mid, as well as a turret post down to defend against some heavy skimmer harass coming out from Warchild with a forward production cruiser, as well as from Tomcat. That's shocking. Tomcat likes to go for mass assault ship into interceptors, into siege cruisers, so we'll have to see if he's going to change up his build for this game. Skimmers as well for Kitsune, just a couple, looking to fan out across the west side of the map. Looks like the first artifact, they are at 7. Hoo boy. So they've set this game to 7 artifacts. The first one was dunked by Warchild. Second turret goes down here for 10th Wave, covering this approach. Not any backup though. This thing is going to get sniped by Warchild. Skimmers for the cost of 1 perhaps. Yeah, 1 skimmer for a turret, and that is a very good trade for Warchild. AAV now on the field for 10th Wave, going to see those off. Try and keep his base runner on the field. Some support coming in the form of LAVs from Nightshade. Going to see that off. Looks like we have got a nice little skirmish going on this side of the map. Another turret post goes down. That was Moritz with his base runner. Going to try and cover the drop-off. Team 1 looking to tie it up for a 1-1. Little escort of sand skimmers from Moritz as well. He is drastically outnumbered though, but it looks like that 1 turret and handful of LAVs was enough to see both Kitsune and Tomcat off. Boy, oh my god, look at all these look at these blast drones, holy shit. Oh, savage damage. A little bit of miss micro here though. how much damage was that? Looks like they bypassed 10th Wave's main, or 10th Wave's expansion, went directly for his main, but a nice split on those salvagers. Very, very little damage. Definitely not a good trade for whoever that was. I didn't get to see, though. Probably Tomcat. Yes, indeed. He likes his blast drone shenanigans. Pumping out those blast drones backed up by a ton of skimmers with the speed and armor upgrade. Looks like the first artifact for Team 1 was dunked by Moritz, so tying it up 1-1. This is a fight Kitsune does not want to take all of these LAVs on high ground. They do have an armor upgrade as well. Well, Kitsunes have no upgrades. A little bit slow on the draw for Tomcat, supporting that engagement. What have we got? Support cruiser for pretty much everybody. All of the players on Team 2 are on 2 resource locations, and it looks like all of the players for... No, it looks like Tomcat and Moritz are both on 2 bases, and Kitsune on 2 bases as well. So yeah, all players pretty much on even keel in terms of economy. Big engagement about to kick off here along the East Pass. Skimmers going in, or LAVs, to try and get on top of these railguns. They're going to clean up a couple, but at what cost? Is this 10th? This is Nightshade. Picks up a couple railguns. Oh, is he going to get the third one? He's going to sacrifice all of those skimmers for 2 railguns. Probably not such a hot trade, but going to slow down War Child a little bit, who now has heavy railguns on the field. A couple of assault AAVs for Moritz, and he has been pretty damn ballsy. Look at that. He's going to grab this artifact right from under Team 2's nose and try and pull it in with a couple of AAVs escorting Tom. Going to swing wide with his skimmers and try and snipe this. But there's a turret, 2 AAVs, and a group of LAVs here. Really solid play from Moritz. He's going to see that off. Moritz can dunk this artifact if he chooses. Kitsune grabbing her third, or his third. I don't really know. 10th setting up his third as well. Big blob coming through mid. Nightshade with some AAVs. No, those are 10th Wave's AAVs, backed up by Nightshade's railguns. Looks like Warchild trying to do a little bit of a poke. He is going to get pincered, though, between these 2 AAVs, and that is good night. All of those skimmers. Who is this? This is going to be 10th Wave grabbing another artifact. Did Moritz dunk that one? No! Ah! Look at that. He is about to, though. Team 1 about to take it up 2-1 with the second artifact. Kitsune with the forward carrier. Double production cruisers, both harvesting. Couple of assault ships and skimmers on the field. Tomcat still with just this big blast drone skimmer ball. Going to clean up that turret. Going to try and get right on top of all of these units. Where's that blast drone? Did it get focused down? Yeah, I think it did. So Tomcat is in big trouble here. He just got pretty much his entire army laid to waste. Things are finally solidifying through mid, and red team, or Team 1, looks to have their territory on lockdown here. Or it's with AAV and LAV still. LAV railgun for Nightshade, and what's 10th Wave got? Still AAVs. Finally some railguns as well, so AAV railgun. Pretty standard composition for all our Coalition and Soban players. Big group of assault ships here. They don't have any upgrades, but Moritz is going to charge them headlong with a bunch of LAVs, and that is not a good plan. Oof. Pretty much tosses all of that blob into the toaster. These assault ships are going to use the smoke to their advantage, get on top of these AAVs and start focusing them down. Moritz, 10th Wave actually, with his base runner forced into a full retreat, as Moritz forces take an absolute beating here. Looks like Warchild just set up his third on this spot. That's incredibly difficult to hold, so good on him, and he is sticking with heavy railguns and skimmers. Those assault ships from Kitsune being a big pain in the ass for Moritz here. Big flank coming out from Tomcat with those skimmers, going to get on top of the rest of these units and try and clean them up. Kitsune grabbing an artifact on the back of that as well. Warchild is going to try and push in here through that tight pass on the east side of the map. Going to start doing a significant amount of damage to these units, but there are way too many railguns here. They do have the high ground. They are going to see that off. Tall order for Warchild to hold this side. He's got Nightshade and 10th Wave on his ass, but meanwhile on the other side of the map, Kitsune is continuing to be a thorn in Morit's side, constantly pressuring this resource location here, forcing his carrier to come back and deal with that. He's already researching power 4 though, so that's pretty damn scary. The map is basically cut in half at this point, all players on 3 resource locations, so pretty even. 10th still has that artifact, going to try and dunk it. And it looks like finally Moritz is able to get enough units on the field in the form of AAVs and railguns to see this off. We do have a siege cruiser on the field for Kitsune. Look at this bad boy. Terrifying unit indeed. Let's see what's going on. Oh my god, look at that spam of LAVs. Nightshade with a ridiculous ball of LAVs here, backed up by some AAVs, as well as all of those railguns hanging back on the high ground, and he's going to try and push in here, and he's just going to slowly pick away at Warchild's skimmers, clean those all up, and make a dash right for the railguns, get on top of them, but a flank comes out from Tomcat's skimmers, going to help clean that up, backed up as it is by Warchild's carrier. He's almost at power 5 too. Is he? Wow. I don't think so, because he doesn't have that... Oh man, Lollipopper's gonna be really pissed at me and going to bitch about it, but I didn't install... I totally forgot. I was going to install Majir's replay viewer mod, and I forgot because I was sick and all this other stuff was happening, so... I do apologize for that, and I swear to God, as soon as I'm done casting this, I will literally install that thing immediately. A siege cruiser from Tomcat as well, going to start blind firing into all of this and missing everything. And Nightshade's just going to push in here with his carrier. He's got to be pretty careful. Warchild does have a number of assault railguns as well as heavy railguns backing that up. Pretty dangerous. They are going to snipe that siege cruiser, though. That goes down. Nice play from Warchild. Meanwhile, Kitsune up here with a ton of, a couple of siege cruisers anyway, and a forward carrier with 4 power in missiles. That is pretty damn scary. Boom! 10th Wave was able to dunk that artifact, taking it up 3-1. Shit is getting pretty tense in this game right about now. Kitsune on the other side with Base Runner very low on health, but trying to make a dunk for the artifact, backed up by Tomcat and Warchild. Oh, some blind fire with a forward siege cruiser that gets focused down. Nicely done by Moritz. Gonna pop that thing, but a big flank from those same ball of skimmers. Nice play by Tomcat, going left and right with those skimmers flanking where he needs to support his team. That's what I like to see. Oh, we have a backstab here. This has got to be Nightshade. Or is it 10th? 10th Wave spamming out some mid-game LAV ball. Oh god, and they weren't scouted either, so he's going to make it right through this pass and just start cleaning up all of Warchild's salvagers. This location is toast. I would be surprised if anything survived at all. Probably want to get these skimmers over here and those assault ships to try and help deal with that. This standoff continues through mid. This is pretty standard for this map. Yep, that production cruiser goes down. And we've got trouble over here too, but a siege cruiser from Tomcat going to come and see that off with those direct fire barrage missiles. Yeah, he's going to use his artillery barrage too, right on top of all those skimmers. He's just going to clean that up, friend and foe alike. He doesn't even care. How very Knef of him. Meanwhile, Kitsune, look at this push! This is absolute madness. Oh my goodness. 2 forward siege cruisers backed up by a Knef carrier with tons of power and missiles, gonna completely clear out Moritz's 3rd and 2nd, perhaps. No, his 2nd is still up, but for how long? We do have interceptors in the air. I can only presume that's Tomcat. A 3rd siege cruiser on the field for Kitsune. Moritz is in a ton of trouble. Nice positioning on those railguns, but they want to be back. They want to keep moving back because if these siege cruisers get on top of them, oof, that's going to happen. Goodbye. One of the siege cruisers goes down. Nicely done. Still a pretty big standoff over here, but it looks like I missed a few big engagements as that second artifact for Team 2 was dunked. We have a cruise missile point blank from a flying carrier right on top of Kitsune. That was beautiful, but a huge swarm of aircraft coming in. We have tons of aircraft in the skies. This 10th wave with a couple of gunships and a bunch of strike fighters going to come in and support. Is Kitsune going to go down here? Moritz has a sliver of health. He has been taking Knef missiles all day. Oh, boom. Moritz carrier goes down. Nice snipe by Kitsune. Sacrificing almost his entire carrier and most of his siege cruisers in the process. But he has taken one team member of Team 1 down, and we have a huge engagement over here. Honor Guard cruisers now on the field for Warchild, forward siege cruisers for Tomcat Xeno, and Kitsune has survived, so Kitsune's carrier is going to flee. Nightshade trying to hold it down with some forward battlecruisers, does not want to push these too far forward. He is going to start eating heavy railgun fire and Honor Guard cruiser fire, wants to keep his battlecruisers back here. Oof. Nice shot on that Honor Guard cruiser. Some nice air support coming out from 10th wave. Where are those interceptors go? Are they going to clean up Tsune's carrier? Or are they going to get taken out mid-air by all of these interceptors from Tomcat? Warchild being a nuisance with his fully powered Galcian carrier, as he is wont to do. Wow, Kitsune is still in this. Really nicely done. This is a battle and a half right here. Team 1 getting flanked in a big way by some siege cruisers. Kitsune is just sending them in here. Unsupported, doesn't even care. Some gunships, which aren't going to really do anything, going to tickle those siege cruisers. Clean up a small handful of skimmers. Oof, and they are going to get sniped by that strike fighter wing from 10th wave. Really nicely done with the airplay there. Big spam of LAVs. I don't know what those are going to do. They don't want to come anywhere near a fully powered Gal carrier. Look at this carrier play. This is actually nuts. Carrier, Warchild's carrier is enormously damaged right now, taking tons and tons of fire. Is it going to go down? Strike fighters, railguns, gunships, everything is just unloading on this thing. Kitsune finally brings his carrier into a support position, continues to spew out siege cruisers, and Warchild is retreating with his carrier, probably going to survive. Looks like this is coming down to the last stand of Nightshade and 10th Wave. They are blocked in with a Knef carrier, some siege cruisers, some Honor Guard cruisers, some heavy railguns. Kitsune with a third artifact, going to tie it up 3-3. I doubt this is going to go for an artifact win. It looks like... Oh, finally some AA on the field to protect against those interceptors. We do have a Galcian nuke right now, right on top of Nightshade and all of his forces. Is it going to do much damage? Let's see. Man, 10th Wave and Nightshade are doing a damn good job of holding it down on this side. Can they do it? I don't think so. This 10th must have a nuke, but he doesn't have one in the hangar right yet. He's got a pretty damn powered carrier, and he's going to go for the snipe on Nightshade, or pardon me, on Warchild. Is it going to happen? He's exposing himself to a ton of Honor Guard cruiser fire, some interceptor missiles, as well as some heavy railguns on the dunes here. Oh, I think 10th Wave is toast. He's overextended himself now. Yeah, 10th Wave goes down. Poof. What a fight this has been. So, I guess the clock is ticking for Nightshade. Let's see what he can do. There's even a backstab here from Tomcat, cleaning up the last of the economy, and all of the forces encroach on Nightshade's carrier. He GG's out of the game, so there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed that one as much as I did. That was a pretty damn cool battle. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that like if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe if you enjoyed my content. Well played to all players. Congratulations to Kitsune, Tomcat, and Warchild for the win. And I'll see you guys for the next video.